Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. I actually want to make this video to let you know that there is a new game that I am immensely interested in, and also sort of gauge your interest as well, because while I'll never ever sacrifice my coverage of Monster Hunter because I am in love with the series, I am looking for another game that maybe makes me impassioned and I want to share some stuff and try to contribute to the community as a whole. I'm looking at Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice. I really like this game, I'm interested in it, and honestly From Software really sold me with Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne, so I'm kind of thinking with the upcoming interview in Famitsu later this week that's in Japanese only, this could be a pretty good area that a gaijin hunter like myself who lives in Japan who is bilingual could help sort of, share some information about the game and just sort of, nerd out with everybody. I'd love to know your thoughts. Honestly, the Soulsborne type games really as a hunter echo with me. I think there's a lot of sort of philosophical parts about the gameplay mechanics that really echo with Monster Hunter. They're not the same game by any means, but there's something about these games that really echoes to the hunter inside of me, and I think it might echo with you guys as well. This is a game that's going to be coming to multiple platforms, so no one is going to be left out, which I'm very happy about. And according to Japanese sites, it's coming out in early 2019. Early, of course, always referring to before March 31st, 2019, because that is the fiscal year end. So before March 31st, that means it's actually coming pretty soon. I'm sure Capcom's working on a G-Rank sort of expansion update, new product for Monster Hunter World, which I'm super hyped for. And of course I'm going to be covering Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate pretty hardcore because I'm very excited about the game now that it's been a while, and sort of going back to the old school Monster Hunter feels really good. But I am also very interested in other titles as well, and I'm really interested to see if you guys are also. As for this game in particular, I am not exactly a Souls veteran, I'm not a lore god like Vadi, so I don't think I can really contribute in the same way as sort of those really big name guys, but I do think that my ability to understand Japanese and to cover all the media here in Japan could lead to some interesting news bits that don't make their way to the West, that could just make us all really excited and be very interesting. Here's actually my takes from the trailer, not a whole lot, but a little bit. One of the things I really like is actually the overview of the game via Activision, who is the publisher, which does confirm that it is directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, which is really good to know. It says that it's a single-player game that puts you in the role of the protagonist of a hard-hearted warrior whose mission is to rescue his master, a young lord who is descendant of an ancient bloodline, to exact revenge on his arch nemesis. Set in the reimagined world of the late 1500s Sengoku Japan, a brutal, bloody period of constant life and death conflict, in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, you are the one-armed wolf, a disgraced and disfigured warrior rescued from the brink of death. The press release does go on to say that you are a talented sort of warrior who's in service of a young lord, and the two of you are sort of in isolation, but after a defeat at the hands of the shadowy Ashina samurai, you two are separated, so you are brought back to life in a temple, and you are going to go back to take back your master and exact revenge at your enemies at any cost. Now in the trailer we do see that you die and you sort of come back to life. If Shadows Die Twice means that you get 2 lives in this game, and like if you die maybe something changes in you or you just come back to life, I don't really know. There's a lot of details that have yet to be uncovered. But there is the issue of Famitsu coming out this Thursday in Japan, and they do promise a long interview and a 12-page spread on the game, so I'm very interested in covering this interview and all the information and tidbits that could come out of it, which is sort of like I'm making this video to see if you guys are interested as well, because I know I am. So looking at the trailer sort of many times, we can sort of get a lot of sense of the story. So right here we see the fated showdown between our main hero and this commander general type guy, and this is where our main guy loses and also loses his arm. As we see here, look on his left arm, you can see it's still intact. So he obviously gets in his skirmish, I don't know why, but here goes his arm, phew, gone. And then he's obviously picked up by this elder guy in this temple who knows a little bit more than he is letting on. Now this guy talks in a tone which makes me think that he put the arm on the hero, because look at the sculptures that this guy is making. It's all these 4-armed sort of deformed figures, and him himself is a little bit deformed as well. So I think that the hero being scooped up by this guy was a good thing, and this is what gives him that extra power. Now here in English they say that it's been a while since I found you, but it's very clear in the Japanese that he's saying when I picked you up or I found you on the road, you know, I sort of like picked you up like rubbish or a corpse. You know, he says hirotte kara, which is the Japanese verb of to pick up.
Of his bloodline. The limb you have lost will give way to something more useful. You'll learn to appreciate its worth.
So I want to call out the name that they're using for this is Nin Gishu. I think it's probably the pronunciation, we're not sure. Nin obviously is from ninja, sort of represents the idea of to endure or to stealth. I'm going to guess it means more to endure or patience. And the Gishu is just a Japanese word for prosthetic arm. So he's saying that this arm is going to be the perfect fanged for a one-armed wolf, is what he says in Japanese, which is basically what he says in English, just in a much more poetic way. Then we're treated to a whole bunch of really cool gameplay. Now, I'm not a veteran of the Souls games, but Epic Name Bro has a video out where he really covers in detail a lot of the things that he noticed, and I thought the video was absolutely fascinating. It's like 30 minutes, but honestly, it was some of the best 30 minutes that I spent because I would have never noticed any of the significance behind any of the stuff that I was being shown. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't seen it already. He's obviously already very well known in the Souls community. One thing, however, I did notice is this sort of kanji that appears. It's actually the kanji for abunai, which means danger. I don't know exactly how that is triggered, whether it's warning you of a big attack or you're doing sort of like a special attack, but that is what the kanji is, so take that for what it's worth.
Your death won't come easily.
Now this seems pretty obvious, but I'm going to call it out as well. But when he says that your death won't come easily, he's not saying that you're going to be hard to kill, like you're a tough guy. He's saying that it's going to be very hard for you to actually achieve death. So it makes me think that you're cursed. There's something about this bloodline or whatever the heck it is that is making you come back to life, which they just showed. And then we just get a really cool montage of more gameplay. Now this is set in the same time era as Neo. Obviously, I don't think this is going to follow history that well. I think it's more inspired by that time period in Japan, so I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of parallels, but anytime they call anything historic, I think I can lend some help into sort of giving some history behind what they might be referring to, but this definitely does look like a more artistic expression of that era. Sekiro, so the one-armed wolf. Very much looking forward to this game. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this game, and also if you want to see me cover it. Again, it will never come at the sacrifice of my Monster Hunter coverage. Until next time, happy dying.